knocking for the light we know. Oh, what is to come, for the life we give. But what we don't know is the truth that has become the moment we gave in to the way we were accepted when we were born. Then we sat down and wrote our destinies with God. And then the goddess came by the side to say, don't you think you want an easy way? You were presented a beautiful choice to rejoice in the life you are given, or deny the path of your soul. So they gave it all to you, with the explicit expression of the greatest love and trust. Let the future begin with you, acknowledging a prayer. And while you can, look only into past to reflect on who you are meant to be. Every step is a path to what you will see, will become your destiny. And fate will take your hand, and he'll put your will to the test. He'll give you a choice between God and life. I shall give you the reasons to believe or not, but you'll find your purpose on the way the journey's road will go. But it's important to carve your own path, for there are many milestones left to come, and not so many left to go. Free will allows you to make that choice, to find your path hand in hand with the divine, while recognizing that there's way much more to learn. Through the trial of youth, through the middle of life, to find the real you, you must now give it all to the last remaining.
There is a time where it's time to be you. There is a time where it's time to be brand new. There is a time when we fight for what we must now do. There's a time for me and you. It's time to rise, it's time to be you. There is a time where it's time to be brand new. There is a time when we fight for what we must now do. There's a time for me and you. It's time to rise, it's time to shine, it's time to claim what's yours and mine. It's time to act, it's time to move, it's time to do what we must do. There's a time, it's time for us, for all that we want to do. It's time for the days of me and you. There's a time to know the truth, and all we need to say. There's a time when the future holds in you. There is a time for all the world that we will dream.
distance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead, no refrain.
Hello, my beautiful stars. Happy Friday to all of you. Welcome on into the Ethereal Fire Readings. My name is Joshua Adam Bleasy. I am the unknown prophet of Twitch using my custom-made homemade deck, the 5-Pass Tarot. I will be beginning on November 1st, going from Tuesday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. But for today, we're doing it from 9 to 1 or until I can't, or 1, yeah, whatever. We're doing it until as long as I can do it today. So welcome on in, everybody. I hope you're having a fabulous week so far as we gear up for the last week of our elections here in the United States. All I ask for everybody out there, no matter who you vote for, no matter why you vote for them, please vote with your full heart and your full conscience. Just get off up of your asses and go vote. If you're in America, do not sit down on your couch at this election. Get up off of your butt and go vote. With that said, anyway, we're welcoming you all into the D's today's and just allowing the weekend to come on in here, guys. And I do have a couple of medical appointments next week, but I don't think they're going to interfere with stream. For sure, on October 31st, remember, October, we will be doing a opening of the veil. So if you guys would like to be a part of that, we have an opening ceremony, a closing ceremony, and I will be opening the veil to communicate with spirits from the other side. I will be channeling, I will be using my cards, I will be using every divinational tool I have in my repertoire to help you communicate with spirit that day. So look forward to that, guys. I really appreciate you because we're raising awareness for the American Heart Association, guys. So it is a charity stream. So I hope that you guys can come here and support the American Heart Association. That's why I'm opening the veil for you that day. Every subscription will go towards that thing. Every private donation will still be included in me, but all of those subscriptions, biddies, and all that stuff that are able to be translated towards that charity will be. So I just wanted you guys to know about that as well. So look forward to the charity stream coming next week. And let's just get ready to rock and roll, you know? I've got no one here, so you can babble all you want if you want, babe. Well, at least I got 5 viewers on time. Hello to my 5 viewers. I hope you're having a fabulous day out there. If you guys would like a reading for yourself, press / join. If you guys are just here to hear me babble and hear some of the wise advice I sometimes give, because we don't always do tarot readings. I sometimes give you an insight into my life. Sometimes I give you an insight to the other gifts and powers and things I'm able to do, or give you my spirituality or outlook on life. And I'm going to be real with you. I cannot wait for this election to be over. I am ready for it to be done. I know even after the last ballot is cast, we will still have to deal with some things, but at least I won't have to see the commercials anymore. I personally have already voted, and I'm proud of who I voted for. So that's enough of all I'm going to say from that. From this point forward, I'm going to keep my political stuff neutral for the last week. I always do that. So no matter what, this week is off limits politics. That's the only rule I have of this last week of the elections, because we just get too anxiety about it, and everyone's got an opinion. And you know what? If we want to talk about politics, we can do that on my Discord. But other than that, or some other place, a private thing between one and us. Now, I don't care who you're voting for. I know who I'm voting for, but I can't sit here and tell you who to vote for if you're in the United States of America. All I want you to do is go do it. Anyway. Welcome in, Dory. How are we doing today? Welcome to the queue. Hello, and how are we been? If you remember, my name is Joshua, and throw me your numbers and your question. If you don't know how it works here, just a reminder, because I haven't seen you in a while, let me know. So I'm doing actually better. I had a big scare this last month, and I'm still kind of recovering from that. But other than that, I'm actually getting pretty much back to normal now. So if you're wondering what happened, about 1st of October, around the 1st of the month, I had a heart attack and a stroke. So I'm better now, but it was a little bit of a scare for me, and I'm adjusting my life a little bit to that. Drinking less coffee, even though I'm drinking some today, where I'm drinking 1 pot instead of my normal 2 pots, stuff like that. But other than that, things are going better, and I'm sharing it with my wife, of course, Sue. So that's kind of the update on me, Dory. I hope things have been going well for you. But that was my body was trying to warn me of stuff, and I thought I was doing good, but I guess I wasn't doing as good as I thought I was. So my body had to tell me something wrong here. So that's what's going on here. So just in case you don't remember, 1 through 10 is your shuffle amount. 1 through 52 is your answer amount. Please ask me your question, whatever that may be. Politics is off the table. But other than that, any other question than that is just fine. And on October 31st, I'll reveal to you who I believe will win, but that's going to be my personal thing. Other than that, if you just want a general reading, just say general. So whenever you're ready, just let me know, okay? You might be typing, so... General reading for you. Let me cleanse these cards and get them in the right spot for you. Don't mind the giggling wife. You can laugh. No one's going to care if you laugh. She's watching silly videos over there, so if you hear a giggle every once in a while, that's just my wife. Got to get them in the right spot first, Dory. Okay? They like them here. So here's where we're going to go. Here are your 9 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's your God card. 9. And 31st card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 is now on top there. All right, Dory, here's what I think I have to tell you today. All right, Dory. Oh. So, Dory, what I'm feeling from you that recently we've been finally kind of putting out some of the old fires of our life, the things that we don't need to pay attention to ourselves in our lives anymore, dealing with some of our depression, dealing with some of our anxiety, at least becoming a little bit better controlled, and finally putting out some of those old fires that we no longer wanted burning in our lives, where we paid way too much attention to or gave our love or energy to when we didn't need to. It was time for you kind of return back to a place where you could now pay attention to the fire that was really starting to be in front of you. So as we were just extinguishing some of those old flames that were no longer serving you purpose anyway, now we've concentrated on the fire that's in front of us instead of all those other things going on. What we've been trying to do is trying to find balance again. And I know balance has been a big big factor in most of your life already. What we're trying to do now is get you to see that you don't have to walk in between two separate worlds anymore. We want you to bring both worlds together as one and start walking that gray in between. That gray in between where we just go and we live our lives. We know we will make mistakes. We know we will meet the challenges ahead and force our ways onto the paths as we need to be. But the thing we need to realize is we need to come together in that beautiful symphony of life again and let the music of our heart lead us once again. It is time to embrace your destiny. It is time to embrace your path because this is the destiny card. It's calling you out and saying, what do you want to do to the remainder of your life? Hello, young lady. And allow that to continue on going forward. This is the last lesson that they are trying to teach you before they will get you to that point where they're trying to make you realize that if you had done this a little bit, where we just put out those fires, we learn to bring balance to our lives again and become that beautiful symphony, working together as one, walking that gray in between. Once we learn that lesson, these will be the last lessons you will have to learn where hardship and difficulty will be met, except for when it comes to great, beautiful change that you want to make yourself. So they want to make sure that you get this lesson so that you can find the home within yourself you've been looking for. The place that you have been building will come into focus and now start to give you that I feel like I have finally reached the home within myself, within my life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So that will all start to come together, and I will be ready to start to think about exploring new, different worlds somewhere in the future. But for right now, we just want you to feel at home. And that's what they're kind of telling me right now, is to give you that kind of an inspiration to remind yourself that your journey's not quite over yet, but we are going to get you to that healthy place, and we're trying to help you get there. So that's basically what they needed me to tell you in your general reading. And I'm going to give you your God card all right? And your God card for today is, now, if you remember what God cards are, they're the most extreme messages I will ever give anyone. I don't warn anyone anymore, but because I haven't seen you in a while, I just want to make sure you're really ready for this, because it's just another message that you need to hear today from your God. That's all it is. So what is that message? What they want you to realize is they want you to look at the ugly old cage you used to put yourself in and realize that you don't want to go back there ever again. That you want to finally walk out of the cage you've been putting yourself in for all of this time. It's finally time to leave your comfort zone behind and stop living in the filth that you've been letting it accumulate for all this time. It's time to let that go, close that cage, throw that key back into the center of that center and say, I'm never ever going to do that kind of stuff to myself anymore. I'm going to do this positive stuff for my life. I'm going to find the freedom of choice in my life again. I'm going to find the freedom to believe and trust in myself. I'm going to find the freedom to love again and express myself again, because now I have a choice to choose a new way forward, a new way to get past all of the things that you have been waiting to. Today is the day that can be your best day ever, because today is the day you set yourself free. And that's what they got to tell you today. And that is your reading, Dory. I hope that helps you in some way, shape, or form. But I do kind of feel like you have another question. Do you have something else that you wanted to know, or curious about something else that you're kind of wondering? Okay. So maybe some confirmation and yeah, okay. What did you want to know? And Sylvia, don't worry. I'm just going to answer this intuitively, not through cards. So you'll be next. Get your question and stuff all ready for me, Sylvie. So ask your question about the person real quick, and I can answer that for you. because they were starting to tell me something here, and they wanted me to ask. Okay. Bad dream. Okay, bad dream. Bad dreams happen. It wasn't just a nightmare. And did it stir some feelings in us? So what do you want to know about the person? Are they okay? Is that what we want to know? Yeah. Um there is a deeper reason for it. The reason you're kind of feeling pulled towards F right now is because there is something you do need from this person, whether it be closure, whether it be finality, whether it be something that you do need from him. And the dream was to get your attention, kind of feeling like, what do I need to kind of come to terms with in myself? If you told me the dream, I could do a little bit of dream interpretation for you, but I could do that after Sylvie's reading if you want me to. But from what I'm feeling is that you're feeling this pull because there is something that you need to finish with this person. And once you finish it with this person, then maybe we can start to renew different things. Like maybe a friendship can be renewed, a relationship can be renewed. It will never be exactly the way it was, but it will be better than it has ever been before. I believe that this was just to kind of get you to realize that there are still some things you want to close the book on as well. And I kind of think that's what it feels like, a closure moment for you. So that's all I wanted to know. So that's kind of why you're feeling kind of subconsciously pulled. Well, I don't know. You're right. But sometimes that's the way it happens, Stephanie. Sometimes I read the wrong message, but I still say what the right thing to the right person. So I think it's more, I don't know if it's quite the end of the relationship. I think it's a point where you're going to get to that point where at least we're going to recognize what's going on and let's decide what we want to do with it next. Do we feel like this is the time for us to be apart, or are we ready to work together again? That's what it's more feeling like. It's just feeling like closure on one book so we can start a new book. That's what it feels like. I don't know if you were having fights or something like that earlier, and I'm sorry, Stephanie, I'll talk about your dream in a little bit. Sorry, I read the wrong message. Yes, you're right, I read the wrong message. So sometimes that happens, but sometimes it happens intuitively for a reason too. I think she got exactly the message she needed from that. So thank you for helping. You're intuitive too, remember. Yeah, that's what I believe it is. I don't know if it's quite the end of the relationship, but I feel like it is kind of closing one book to decide where we want this next journey to go, if we want it to go any further. That's what I feel like. All right, Sylvie, let's get your reading in here, get your numbers in here, get your question in here, and we'll do your reading. Thank you for your patience, and we'll talk about that weird bad dream of yours, Stephanie, if you wish to. Okay, let me clear this out. You're very welcome, Dory. I hope that helped you in some way, shape, or form. Cleansing the cards off and seeing what D has to tell you. Good. Glad to hear that. So why is D shutting us out? Hey, Jane Brooks, welcome on in. Welcome to the Unknown Prophet Ethereal Fire Readings. If you would like a reading, press exclamation point join. I'll explain everything when it's your turn. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, Jane Brooks. So, all right, good to hear there, Dory. Now into Sylvie's reading here. Let's get that, what she needs to hear from about D here. And we've got 5 official shuffles. Here are your 5 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No God cards for you. And we have the 14th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 is now on top. I'm doing very well, Jane. Thank you for asking, by the way. So, you want to know what this thing between... Why is D shutting you out, right? And you want to know why. There you go. There's your hats off. Yes, I know you want to know. I was just getting the hats off redeemed. There, you get to see my hair. Look, it's all gray. It don't matter. I don't wear the hat for any other reason than it's just part of my spirituality. But I don't need the hat to do what I do. So it's just kind of part of who I am. It's my way of getting ready for the day. So what D wants you to know, or what is going on with D and you, right? I have an ad starting in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. If you have ads, please let me know if you're in the middle of your reading. And the reason that he's shutting you out right now, just let me know, okay, guys? So, like I said, ads will start in about 2 minutes and 42 seconds unless you have a subscription or a turbo or something like that. So, okay, then I don't have to worry about it. So, but the thing about it is the reason why he's shutting you out right now, he's trying to find a new positive force within himself. Some self-positivity for himself. Not necessarily because he doesn't need you. It's just right now he needs to go back into himself and believe in himself again. He needs to bring that sunshine back into his world again. And he's kind of going back into himself to try to find and reassert where that happiness is found. As he is looking for the things that will help fill him up, he's deciding that there are some things that have got to go. And just right now, it just feels like a little bit of some self-awareness of himself, kind of being very, very aware that things are not working out exactly the way that he wants them to right now. He has to remove the one thing that isn't working for him. And I just saw that he said he lost a job. Well, when you lose a job, that moment comes where you have to realize maybe this wasn't the right fit for us anyway. Maybe we need to realize that we need to start to follow other dreams and other goals, and this was holding us back. And so he is just trying to empty out the garbage so he can go out and find a new positive way to where he wants to get to. He's extinguishing all the old flames that are no longer serving him any purpose anymore. Yes, I'm currently doing a reading for Sylvie right now. If you would like a reading, just press !join. Okay? So, one of the things that I'm seeing here is just a time for them to extinguish what they have noticed they are doing. Maybe they noticed that their work performance wasn't the best. Maybe they weren't on time or something like that. Maybe they did some things that weren't so great sometimes. Or maybe it was just a business decision and there was nothing and no more to it than they were just the extra person that they took off the shelf so they could have some other thing in their life. That's kind of what it feels like. It felt like a business decision, not really a personal decision. They found a reason to get rid of him, but the thing that he has to understand now, and what the reason why he's kind of doing that, is that what he's doing now is he said, okay, enough's enough of this shit. I have to drop off all of this junk that's been holding me back. Maybe it's time to start to go after something I really, really want. You know, something that was going to help drive him forward. But he has to learn how to overcome that by paying attention to the signs that are on his metaphysical road, to go the right speed, to pay attention to what is coming for him. But he has to stop beating up on himself and stop giving himself those self-hating thoughts and those self-hating, doubting thoughts, which sometimes his depression and anxiety got to him at work. The social anxiety got to him at work. The pressure got to him at work. But that's what he has to learn how to extinguish so that he can bring the brightness back into his world, so he can learn how to empty the right things and fill them with the things he does need filled. But he's on his way towards getting to a better goal now, because now he stopped carrying this junk around and he can finally get into that car and start to drive forward. So it's like a rest stop for him. He's just taking a rest stop, and all you need to do is just give him some space and time. I think he'll be just fine. I think what you should do is probably reach out in about a week, maybe a little bit less than a week if he texts you or something like that. Then just ask him how he's doing. Ask him how you can help. Be a support person if you can, but you're not going to be able to fix his problem. He's going to have to do this himself. But I think he needs to start asking himself what his real goals and dreams are, because I don't think he's following them. I think the universe kind of kicked him off this job for a reason, to do something better. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for you. Now, the hat goes back on. All right. Hat's back on. That's your reading for today, Sylvie. So that's kind of what I'm feeling from him, you know? And it's not necessarily you. It's just he's having a moment. He's got to adjust and get back to doing it right, you know? Yeah, you know, and then just like I said, if he asks for the advice, give it. If he doesn't ask for the advice, you can give him a little bit there, but tell him this is your choice. I'll support you in any way I can, but I can't do this for you, buddy. I will try to help, but, you know, that's kind of like the thing. And really ask him, what is your dream job? Because I think you need to ask him that as his friend, and remind him what he used to believe in, that he was so passionate about. Because there's something he gave up on about 2 to 3 years ago that he wishes he had continued to do. I think you should get back into doing that as a reinvigoration of it. That's my last advice for your friend there. That came straight from, the guys. So that's my advice for you. I hope he listens. So as we are now without any people in my reading room, we always return to, we don't always do readings. We talk about other things here. We talk about topics of the day. Until the election is over, politics is off the table. Other than that, any other subject you want, except if you're going to go vote and you've already planned to do that and you've already done that. Other than that, I don't want to know who you voted for, okay? That's you, between you and your God and your conscience, okay? So other than that, I always sometimes talk about my own life and talk about my own journey as well. And Jane Brooks, if you would like a reading, I do use my custom-made homemade deck. How it works is I ask you to choose some numbers. I ask you to choose a number 1 through 10 as how many times I will shuffle this deck for you. And then I will also ask you for a second set of numbers as 1 through 52. That will be where your answers are in my deck. If you do have a question you want to ask today, please ask it as simply as possible so I can understand it. But if and when you do get them, God cards may appear in your deck. Those are what fall out of the deck while I'm shuffling. You can only get up to 6 of those cards. I do have a YouTube channel. Just not a lot of people are subscribed. I have a YouTube channel. It's for the reason I don't do readings on there anymore is because I just couldn't get a queue. I couldn't keep the queue open. I couldn't find a way to do all of the stuff that I needed to. So I would lose track of people, and I would miss people, and that was driving me insane. And I decided to come only to Twitch to do my readings because this is the easiest place for me to do it. And I'm rebroadcasting all my readings through YouTube. So, but and I do mine for free too. I don't charge for my readings, so. I ask for donations. If you want to give a donation, that's great and fine, but I leave that up to you to do. That's why I have the QR codes and stuff like that, So, these are free readings, and that gives me the carte blanche to be the brutally honest person I need to be without worrying about it. Whether I'm telling you what you need to hear today, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's kind of like it. Well, if you'd like a reading, you don't need to enter the queue. Just pick your numbers 1 through 10 as a shuffle amount, 1 through 52 as your answer amount, and ask what question you want to ask. Or if you just want a general reading, I'll give you a general reading. So why don't you take a moment and decide? I'll start cleansing the cards off for you because I always do a cleansing shuffle after every reading. So Jane Brooks to the reading room if you want a reading. Jane Brooks to the reading room. Jane, thank you. And if you guys need some coffee or to do some self-care after your reading, because they can be intense sometimes. All right, I'll get you two. Okay, so am I. I don't really do a whole lot of astrology stuff, but I do know the basics. Thank you. I ask if you want to give me information, you can, but you don't necessarily have to do that here, okay? So, what are your numbers? And this wasn't a repressed dream or something like that. It was just a... Okay. What did you make small? Mine small? So whenever you're ready, Jane, you go right ahead. If you don't want a reading, you don't have to get one here either, okay? Feel free to, like I said, until I see that you want one or I see numbers on the screen, I'll talk to Steffi for a bit. But I'll wait for you to be ready. Either way, no meds, Oh, you made yourself small so that he couldn't get to you, right? So he became... Do you feel like your father's a big authoritarian figure over you? 5 is your first number. What's your second set of numbers there? 1 through 52 there, Jane. Does he normally feel like that authoritarian figure over you? Are you worried about the election or anything like that right now? Or any kind of a boss power structure? Because dad doesn't necessarily mean dad. It can mean, when we talk about father figures in dreams, it usually draws back to the masculine part of ourselves that we have. Even as women and men, we both have both sides of the coin. And I'm just waiting for your second set of number, Jane, and then we'll get going on your reading. And so when in the dreams, when someone's over you in a dream and you become small, that can also mean that you're feeling like someone's trying to overcome you or have power over you sometimes. So sometimes you're trying to bring apart that masculine over that feminine energy that you maybe been having a high feminine energy, and you kind of need to bring a little bit of the masculine into it to balance it out. But it can also mean that I've heard... So Jane, what is your second set of number? 1 through 52. And then I will do your reading. That's the last number I need. I'm going to concentrate on Jane now. So we got 5 and 2. You got it. Let me get them in the right spot now, because I usually wait for the numbers before it. And you just want a general reading? I'm just going to give you a general unless you say you have a question. So we'll just do a general reading for you until I see the question. Okay, they like it here. Here are your 5 official shuffles. General reading, I'm assuming there, Jane? A yes or a no will be just fine. Okay, Jane. You're fine. Here's your 5 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You did not get any God cards. 1 and 2. I generally just tell you what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know. And I try to help you find a better way forward in life. I try to help you find a better, your best day ever, or give you the information that you need to hear today. So this is what I have for you. Dane, it feels like that from what I'm feeling from you is that you have begun growing again or beginning to do something new in your life. You're taking it all in. Just like a tree takes in the world when it comes up out of the ground for the very first time. You were a seed who was planted in the darkness waiting to gestate just long enough to take in the right kind of nutrients, the right kind of change, so that you could finally sprout forth towards that light. Once you got out of that, into that light, you welcome my lovely wife to chat. Once you got out of that soil, you had to take that positivity in. You had to let that soak into your life. And then you had to allow yourself that emotional freedom to let those emotions be set free so that you could feed the very soil that you need to recoup. Because when you let go of all of those emotions into that soil, it gathers up the new nutrients and brings up the new stuff that you need inside. And just like you were beginning to realize that some of these things that you've been worrying and caring about lately are starting to slowly drift off into the distance, you are realizing that now you are firmly planted in the ground, ready for new growth again. You're working on building a home with a solid foundation where you are knowing who you are as a person. You know that in a lot of ways. But you know that all things can be good for a while, but sometimes we have to consider, is this home still working for us or is it not working for us? Does the foundation still hold true? Are we still okay with where our foundation is, or is it time to clear the foundation off and find a new place to put ourselves in so we can grow and become better again? We sometimes have to build up these walls of safety, these walls of protection against all those things that the outside world will throw against us. Keeping our positive mind frame informed, making sure we're believing in ourselves, our higher power, our goals, our dreams, our wishes, all of that stuff comes forth as our safety walls. And then we put on our roof. A roof that we protect ourselves from the universe and other things that we don't necessarily aren't ready for. We allow the change to trickle on top of our roof and to slowly slide off of our roof so that we can see what we need to change in our lives. And then we allow ourselves that door so that we can go in and out throughout the, in and out, so we can open the door and begin a new journey again. We have windows that show us the world as it truly is so we can truly see which way we are going. It is time for you to realize that you are bringing all the right ingredients together. As you have started to gather your basic essential elements of what you want your life to look like, you are slowly building up the right recipe to drink from the ultimate cup of life, of goodness in your life again. What we're trying to get you to realize is that this can be a slow process sometime, but it's meant to be a slow process. It's meant to be a way where we add all of the ingredients in. If you know how beer is made, and most of us do, it takes sugar, the sugary sweet stuffs of our lives that we have to have in it. We have to have that catalyst, those troubles and tribulations, that yeast to cohabitate with that sugar so that that reaction can happen. But we need to add the flavors of our lives into it. What we've accomplished, what we've done, our dreams, our goals, those are the hobs and barley of our lives. And then the spices of life we choose to add into that drink as we go along in our journey all has to break down so that it can start to fermentate and become the alcoholic beverage we know as beer through a time-honored tradition of allowing it to build up slowly. because we didn't want to just give you any change. We wanted to give you the kind of change that would finally fill some of those holes we have been trying to fill for years. You know, we all have that empty spot in us sometimes, and we feel like we're missing something. It's not always about missing something. Sometimes it's about, I'm ready for a new challenge ahead. I'm ready for new change. I've healed a lot of my wounds, but I have to go out looking for the right kinds of change that I need. What do I look down at as my options here? I can have a small amount of change, which can just be something simple, meditating every day, feeling positive about yourself, saying something good about yourself once a day, doing something good for yourself. That can be a small amount of change. Or sometimes the universe can come along and give you the quarter-sized dollop of kick you in the butt, or kick you out, or kick you up in the energy field. But it's all about the choices and choosing your change to fill those holes in, because we want to feel what you actually need, not what you want for a change. We're giving you what you need, not what you want. So remind yourself that the reason you're going through everything right now is to realize where you want to start to put back into your life, and what you want to put back into what you want to do from this point forward. You are going in a new journey again, deciding if this is the home you want to stay in, or if this is the home you need to move from, gathering all the right ingredients together so that you can bring that new cup of life, so you can enjoy the drink, the home that you've lived in. We want to make sure you have that nice refreshing drink. Then this isn't an alcoholic beverage. This is the ultimate positive glow of the gods, and your God, or whatever way you choose to fill in those empty gaps, so that you can finally be filled with the right kind of ingredients yet again. And that is your reading for today there, Jane. Are you okay, honey? I had to warm my coffee a little bit. You're very welcome. I hope that helped you in some way, shape, or form today. Move you forward. I hope that helped you find some answers today. If any of that resonated with you or didn't resonate with you, feel free to share if you want. I'm open book. If you thought I did a good job, you thought I did a good job. If you thought I did a bad job, you thought I did a bad job. Either way, I was just trying to make you see that today can be your best day ever. I put the future back in your own hands, Jane. I hope you enjoyed your reading with me today. If anyone else out there would like a reading, you're more than welcome to come on in here, press exclamation point, join, and get your reading for today. I always try to lead you to the best possible path I can. I try to make your day be one of positivity. And you know what? There have been some people who are, and then we can talk more about that too, Stephanie. We'll get back to that now. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like you had an abusive father or anything like that. I think what something in your life feels like it has power over you as an authoritarian kind of a feel to it. From what I'm feeling from the intuitive side of it, it just kind of feels like something that you've been trying to overpower within yourself, or maybe you've been trying to overcome within yourself, can sometimes be father figures. Usually dads in dream are about the masculine part of ourselves that we haven't recognized that we need to let out sometimes. So have you let the bitch out lately? Have you let the person out, the wild woman out yet? Have you let the person who doesn't have to have the control out for a while? Have you been, kind of feeling antsy, kind of stuff like that? Okay. So it's not an anxiety thingy, and doesn't sound like it's a depression thingy. Sometimes a dream is just a dream. Sometimes a bad dream is just a bad dream too. Maybe I'm reading into it, but usually father figures in dreams mean that you're trying to um, come to something within yourself, something you're trying to be think of like in a different way. Like I said, we both have masculine and feminine in ourselves. It's just how much of each we tend to have sometimes, and there is that part of ourselves that sometimes we feel like we ignore. So, and that could just be being a little bit more forceful, a little bit more confident sometimes, because men are confident. They live in the bullshit. Men live in bullshit. We live in, the that universe of stuff, and we sometimes we bullshit our way through it. We try to act like we know what we're doing, but we don't know shit. And then there are times when we do know our things, and sometimes our instincts kick in. And that's when you get their grunt, grunt, ugh, ugh kind of stuff. But, Okay. That sounds like a good idea. Let me get the cards all shuffled for you. And what is your question and numbers for today there, Stephanie? 10 and 20? Okay. Okay, let me cleanse these cards off. And what do you want to know today? Just a general reading, or did you... Okay. You want to know how Luke is feeling? Okay, here we go with your 10 official shuffle, Stephanie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God cards. 8, 9, 10. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 God card message. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. How does Luke feel about you so far? All right, Stephanie. So, how Luke is feeling about you right now? So he sees you in the process of trying to build something in your life, whether it be some place to hold true for yourself. He sees you trying to build that home within yourself. He sees you trying to build up the positivity in your life and add some new good things to your life. And really questioning yourself and wondering what blocks still belong there and what blocks don't belong there anymore. So he sees you as the person who's building up to become someone he wants to be, you, who you want to become yourself. He sees you listening to your inner voices, and he sees as you someone who's finally listening to those inner deep voices that are deep locked within yourself, telling you it's time to take some action in your life and wield the magic in a way you really want it to start to affect your life again. How that will and intent will start to shape our lives, how that will and intent will be. So he sees you as that person who is starting to finally listen to the guides and gods that they said they wanted to, and start to finally see that you're building on top of that. So you've got that physical, you've got that mental, and now you got that spiritual in play. Because now we've got to learn how to bring all of our worlds together. So we can both be masculine and be that higher realm of spirit. So we can be our highest selves and the mundane self at the same time. All we have to do is remind ourselves that we are the crescendo, that point in between where light and dark meet. It's time to remind yourself that you are the crescendo of the song that comes up, where both notes come together and you hear that harmonious working together as one. We have finally seen the benefit of combining both of our mundane and our highest self together. So now that we are doing that, we are embracing a new destiny, we are embracing a new path, and we're deciding what we want our future to look like. So we are making the right kind of tools. He feels that you are making the right kind of tools right now. You are working on building your toolbox so that you can, finally get the right kind of things that you need in your life. Adding the right kind of shield, adding the right kind of blade that protects you, adding the right kind of cup that lets you get filled or emptied, allowing that fan that you needed to control the ebbs and flows of your life, seeing it all coming together. So that's kind of how he's feeling about you so far. Hey, Mocking. Nice to see ya. So that's what we got for you on that reading here. And then for Stephanie, for the God cards here. There we go. So, Stephanie, what your gods are trying to tell you through this reading today is this. That you know that you have to get back around more community-minded people, your coven, your group of people, your people who you talk with or who you socialize with, to get back out into that group and re-embrace all the parts of who you are, masculine and feminine, as we are starting to remind ourselves that embracing ourselves through the love and trust of others and learning how to love and trust that circle of people that are in our lives already, to embrace all of them and all the parts that they have, not just a little bit of those things. So I kind of feel like this is a small bit of a message for you and advice for Luke. Include him in your community. Allow and embrace both sides of who he is. Then we have the other side of the coin, which is it's time to make a choice and a decision that you need to make for your own personal journey, whichever way you choose to go. It's time to release that energy and put it somewhere. It's time to finally, all this energy and all this stuff that we've been gathering, this change and stuff, it's finally starting to start to take it somewhere. We can't keep sitting and waiting around for it to happen. And we're building up the right kind of crust, but that crust is going to come out soon, and we're going to have that explosion moment where we're going to destroy part of our world to create a new one, allowing our passions and dreams to come down with no discerning of anybody else who's in our way, who will not work with us, who will not be an addition to our path, who will not allow us to be the person we are meant to be, all of that stuff. It's about that moment of explosion when you finally say, This is how it's gonna be. This is the way it's gonna be it. I will embrace both sides of my life and the love that I have and the community I have. I will release that which I need in order to make the changes I need. So you can finally explode. What does Spirit say for you about the Luke situation? I think right now he's kind of seeing you coming up as a person who's in development right now and working on herself. So I kind of think she's giving you some space to do that. I don't think he's trying to really be distant. I just think he's giving you some well-deserved space so you can figure something out there. And also on the other side of it, I do believe that it would be healthy for you to start to be a little bit more social and maybe bring this friend around or Luke around to those social places to get him to understand what your life looks like so he can decide whether he wants to be a part of it or not. Or if maybe we want to take it to a different stage. Do we want to make it something better? He has to understand all of that which you go through in order to make a choice and decision. And that's what I really feel I have to tell you there. All right? Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Pull me your numbers and your question. Well, that maybe it's about time you thought about making that not be so much anymore. Maybe it's time to cohabitate together. Maybe it's time to move. I don't know. That's up to you and him to decide. And what do you want to know today, Mocking, when I get these things cleared for you? Yeah. It just feels like it's not a stalemate. It's more of a let's get more information before we make a better choice. So what would you like to know today, Mocking? Just a general reading, or do you want have a question? Maybe you're typing. Let me take a couple sips of my coffee. Give me a second. I gotta warm my coffee up. It's really ice cold. Sorry, coffee warming time. I'll just keep it in the pot so I can at least have hot coffee. It's going to look weird, but I add syrup because we're out of sugar. So I'm adding some syrup, which is basically condensed sugar with a little bit of maple flavoring in it. It doesn't actually think that. So, okay, so we're going to know that what's coming up for you regarding in love here. So, here we go. Let's cleanse these cards off right. All right, they're ready for you. Here we go. Here are your 3 official shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. And the 6th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for you, Mocking. Okay. Mocking, I would like to say this to you, that it is finally time to give yourself that which you need in a relationship. I know you've thought about this for a while now and really started to think about what someone needs to give to you to fill you up. You know it's not about another person. You know that no one will ever be able to fix you. No one will ever be able to fill you. But you are ready to start to take what someone is willing to give and allow it to be a part of your life. So you're ready to donate that love back to yourself, as now you've gathered up the right amount of change to go spend it on what you do want. So you gathered up the right kind of need in getting yourself ready for saying, I'm ready for real true love this time. I'm ready for something that is going to feel like someone wants to donate to my life, who wants to give their life to me. I want to give my life to them. So it's about time that we understood that we are starting to move into that direction where this is something you have deserved to have for a while, and it's been on its way for a while for you. We just had to get you in the right spot to be ready for it. We had to make you see that there were some things that you were doing to yourself in your relationships that weren't exactly balanced. We had to make you see some of your own flaws so you could correct them for yourself, so you could actually feel good about the relationships you're in, and then also say, I have room for improvement and I have room to change, but this time I'm going to go in it with my eyes wide open. I'm going to walk that middle of the road, and I'm not going to let just one thing be true. I'm going to take both sides of the coin, the good and the bad of somebody. They're going to see that good and bad in me. I will find my destiny, thy dream, of finding that one true love that I want someday. But I have to believe that I can do this by bringing all of my worlds together. You're calling your song home, the other note that you are missing. So call out with your whole heart song to your one true love and say, I'm ready for you. Come to me, come to me. Today is the day. Start walking towards me. As you start to do that, it's time to listen to those inner voices inside. They're going to tell you when you found the right one. They're not going to let you sit in the dark and wonder when that's going to happen. When you do meet the right one, they will guide you. But you will have to do all of the work to cast that magic, that love magic, in order to show that person you want to share in both respects, masculine and feminine, together as one sharing unit, not as a separate unit anymore. That's why relationships are hard, because we have to take both sides of the coin into account. But in relationships, you've made better, healthier tools. So if you did work on yourself for a while and did recognize some things you were doing wrong with your own relationship stuff and corrected them, and rightly so, and now ready to put those new things into practice, now we have the right tools for the right job. We have the shield that has protected our heart, but not so much we are cutting ourselves away from love. We have a sword to defend us from the people we know we don't want in our lives. We just keep them at bay. They don't have to come any closer. And then we have also that, that cup, someone who wants to fill their elixir of life into your cup of life. And as you want to add your elixir into their cup, emptying and filling each other up over and over again as this beautiful combination of love and trust. And taking your path and making it your own by deciding you will pay attention to the one fire that is in front of you. You will be the one who's in control, and stop listening to all the other voices, but the one that matters the most, the deepest one from within. And as you bring all of these tools together in your moment to believe in yourself, that you have what you need to go forward. So I really believe you are really ready for it. I really feel like it should be coming within a month before Christmas, kind of a deal, where love is going to kind of start. I don't think you'll be in full relationship come Christmas. I think it will be the start of relationship. But I think this November is going to be a lot about searching for and seeing who's the right one, and kind of playing and seeing which one fits the best. So it feels like a lot of going out and dating for a while and seeing who might be the right fit. You're going to have to go through a couple of dates to see which one might feel good and right. But what the gods want you to know more than anyone that you think about, King? When I saw this card come out, I was like, I hope she listens. Or he listens. It's time to just go enjoy yourself. Go out and party. Have a good time. Let yourself out into the world and show how beautiful you are. Let someone come and say, I would like you to come be a part of my life. Here's my rose butterfly. Will you float towards my rose today? because it's time for you to enjoy. Sit back, relax, and enjoy that it is on its way. All you got to do now is be ready for it when it comes. That's your reading for today, Mocking. I know you are. But and it's just kind of one of those things where now that you're ready, the universe feels you're ready, everything feels you're ready. So now all we got to do is go out there and get out there and put your heart on the line, put it all out there for the world to see. Don't hold back. Show who you truly are inside and out, the good, the bads, and uglies of it all. I know you're ready. You got this. You're going to be fine. Love is on its way towards you. I think that if everything goes according to the way I'm seeing it, you'll meet in December. You'll start to relationship around February, Valentine's Day-ish. That's when you'll start to do like the official dating each other kind of relationship stuff, where you'll find out whether or not you want to spend the rest of your lives together kind of deal. It's going to be quick, though. This one feels like it's going to be really easier for you. I think your twin flame and your soulmate are coming. I really feel that, and I wouldn't say that unless I absolutely believed it. That's just how ready you are for it. You're so ready that the universe is saying, we can't wait to put this person in your life. We just gotta find a way to get this right time, right place kind of shit in the way, you know? That doesn't need to happen anymore. So now we just gotta put you in the right spot, bump you into the right person, and oh my God, here it goes. I will tell you, you know, the pinball machine of life might throw us around every once in a while, but we know what our goal is. To make sure that we finally do get the high score and get the one we know we deserve to have. And you're finally seeing that you deserve that thing. And that's what's the best part of it, because now that they know you know what you deserve, they can finally give it to you, because they've been waiting for you to be ready for it. And I think you really kind of know that in your heart of hearts, you know? So there you go. That's what I got for you today. But you know, so I think you're going to be just fine, you know? It's just a matter of, it literally just is a matter of time. And I think all that November is designed to do is get you out there and start getting your butt out there. And I think you need to go clubbing. I think you need to go let the wild girl out or the wild guy out. Whichever the case may be. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Give in to your desire, give in to your lust if you want. That's up to you. But whatever you do, give in to your heart the most. Preach. I know that the right one, you'll know it when you look into their eyes. They will look like they will have stars in their eyes when you see them. I can guarantee you that. They have stars in their eyes. Somehow it looks like, I don't know if it's a physical look or if it's when you look into their eyes, you will actually see physical stars going bing, 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 bing. Okay? That's the only clue they're giving me for you. You'll see stars. Actual 5-point stars. So, you know, I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Mocking, though. It's been a while since I've seen you around. I hope things have been going relatively well. Feels like a lot of positive changes happened since the last time we talked. So, only you can tell me if that's true or not. I don't know why, but she might even have a tattoo of a star near her eye or something like that. Something is definite with the stars, because every time I picture this person, all I am seeing is like bright yellow stars, like just like what you did, basically, almost a little bit just like that. Yeah. So. So, that's what we do sometimes. Sometimes we just got to give in to the dream, Sometimes we got to say, you know what? Why not give the old roulette wheel a try and see if I can find love by accident or on purpose? I don't care which way. My wife, when my wife had to kind of get my attention, I definitely think that's a great idea. Because that's all they're telling me right now. Mystic needs to look for the stars. Because that's a definite big-ass clue for you. Oh, shut up now. I gave her the message. Sometimes I gotta tell them to shut up. Okay, I've got a weird question for you, Mocking, before I start playing music. Are you afraid of clowns by any chance? Or do you like clowns by any chance? Okay. Yeah, cuz I was saying it was like it wasn't a warning about the one you're going to meet. It was just more of a something was telling me about something about clowns that might be a carnival of some kind, and you don't like to go around clowns, but something like that, some kind of performance like a clown, not clowns in general, just performing like a clown, funny. I think she'll be kind of silly, goofy, that kind of way. She won't be really serious sometimes. Yeah, it might be a Halloween thingy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It might just be a Halloween thing. That's and you know, but it feels more like the playful clown than the it in the sewer clown, okay? This one goes out to Mocking Mystic. It's called Our True Twin Flame. She's on her way. Light that candle. Get ready to embrace that light.
Twin flames flickering in the night, like moths to a flame, they couldn't resist. In a circus of stars, they shared a tryst. With every
I know you are.
their souls ignite, burning through love's endless flight. Through the cave of fun and crime, they waltzed past the edge of time. Painted smiles hiding their chase in this masquerade of fiery grace. But in the place of our own life.
So how is everybody out in Twitch land today? Is anyone doing anything fun for this weekend? Do we have plans coming up for anything or any important stuff that people would like to talk about? We're always open to talk about any kind of subject. The only one that's off the rails until after the election is politics. I have a 1 week we're 1 week away. That's the only time I don't allow politics. Other than politics, anything you guys want to talk about. You're welcome, as always. Guess we won't be going to that, huh?
Gestures of night, beacons of day.
And happy Samhain to you as well. We call it Samhain. You call it Halloween. Oh, and if you are interested in mocking, I will be opening the veil on Halloween. So if you want to be a part of my, I'm doing a charity event for the American Heart Association, because I don't know if you heard or not, but I had a heart attack earlier this month. And I'm raising awareness for the Heart Association as well. And, you know, kind of giving back to that, because, you know, those steps that they always tell you about, my wife knew them already, but they were the thing that basically got me to be back to normal like I am right now. I have maybe a small little slur every once in a while, but other than that, pretty much I came out of that the best possible scenario you can when you have that happen to you. So, you know, and, you know, dealing with the end of the year, this is our new year. New Year's Eve is Halloween for witches. So, you know, this is the time where we let all of our old forgotten stuff be forgot, you know, and they talk about the old anxiety kind of stuff, you know. Well, we celebrated a month early because we believe the energies of this world change at this moment. We go from the moment of working in our normal everyday lives into the dream time. The dream time is a place where we can work on ourselves within what we do as people, how we go after our goals and dreams, what seeds we want to plant for the next year, what our hopes and goals are for the next year are, what we want to work on ourselves and stuff like that, just like New Year's is supposed to be. And yeah, I celebrate the mundane way as well. Well, it's going to get better now. Like I said, I had a wake-up call earlier this month, and I didn't know that I had a heart attack earlier that I didn't even know about. I had a silent heart attack that I guess I didn't know I had, but it must have like gone in and out kind of a deal. It must have cleared itself or something like that, because I was told that I had an earlier heart attack too, and I didn't know that. So it was kind of a good bad situation. It got me aware of what's going on with my body. That's what I needed to do, you know. I'm a big boy. I know I'm not in the best health shape of the world. I have been trying to work on it for a while, you know. I've only been a healthier person for about 6 years now. So, I mean, I've lost half the weight. I got my diabetes under control, got my blood pressure under control. I do it in stages so that it doesn't overtax my body. Oh, sorry about the music. I will do just fine. Thank you for the best, though. I will be good. I appreciate you. Where is a good song? Oh, here we go. Here's me and my wife's song.
The magic she held and the freedom I had in me, it swelled. So I found the soul I was.
This one goes out to my baby.
We finally began.
Are you okay, honey?
We were meant to explore.
Okay.
We are magical freedom. Our spirits entwine in the dance of the cosmos. Your heart beats with mine. With every strum of this palette guitar, our souls merge as one under the evening star. In the whispers of night, where dreams softly tread, our love finds its wings on which it is led. Through the valleys of stars, over mountains of moon.
Way
Our
easier.
bond is the rhythm,
Alright, all you gotta do is
older
say
the
this
tune. And this is what I have to say, my dear. In the symphony of life, it's your voice I hear. With the valleys of stars over mountains of moon. Our bond is the rhythm, our hearts are the tune. And this is what I have to say, my dear. In the symphony of life, it's your voice I hear. With every note that we play, with every song that we will There's a tale of two hearts in the silence they speak, of the magic within, the freedom they
Should we beat
seek.
Midnights? I really want to beat that.
With
Maybe
a
we'll
touch
try
of the glass in the soft moonlight, our shadows dance together into the night. In the echo of our laughter, the world fades away, for in each other's arms is where we'll always stay.
Gotta break the ceiling.
We are magical freedom, our spirits entwined in the dance of the cosmos. Your heart beats with mine. When every stroke of this palette gets on, our souls merge as one under the evening star. Let's promise to cherish each moment we share. In this journey of life, nothing else can compare. With the magic she held and the freedom I found, together we're boundless, no limits, no ground.
A new channel prediction.
We are magical freedom, our spirits entwined in the dance of the cosmos. Your heart beats with mine. With every stroke of this palette guitar, our souls merge as one under the evening star. Let's pour on the chords of this dreamy refrain, where magic and freedom forever remain. In the harmony of us, let the world see the power of love, the magic.
Jacob says we already have your face as a spooky thing. That's a fair point. Fair point. They said safe for work, pull this time for you. Wait, what's the guys, I don't get all the channel points in. The prediction is officially up. You guys ready to bet? Good. The most
I rise above today, I take my stand,
hams
living life to the fullest in this land, breaking paths, making choices of my own. All that was given, now fully grown, in the quest to find me where I fit,
after a supporting
the
role
path I need, the life I commit.
Friday Night Lights, this actor played surprise villain Todd Alquist.
I found the lines of fate, the lines of time, beyond dimensions, my will sublime. Destiny and fate, through me they weave, letting you see in me what you believe.
Probably seen this one, unless you're brand new to this film. If you're just coming in, you've probably not seen it. But this is one of those classic.
From shadows grown in darkness
Still
I
very, very
emerged,
tough. But
through
not
pain and
We'll
sorrow
probably beat this.
when my spirit surged. I leaped with trust, the guiding light within, finding treasures lost where I've been, overcoming obstacles, the pain I've seen, past the want to what I truly need.
I have not heard of that name, but we're gonna get that in there. And
Swinging high, a shadow, not the fear dark. Beyond the
what if Cam
evening,
should play this
I
game?
make my mark. In peace I doubt, yet all I find, the dream was here in my own mind. In the quest to find me where I fit,
No way.
the path I need, the life I commit.
Absolutely freaking nuts.
I found the lines of fate, the lines of time, beyond dimensions, my will sublime. Destiny and fate, through me they
Good morning,
weave,
everybody. I hope you're having a
letting
fabulous
you
day out
see
there.
in me what you believe.
We've got our first winner. The prize paid, we're officially up to $40. And again, it was, I think, for the last.
A song in my
Or
heart,
maybe the last couple.
to
Seemed
you
like
I
the
sing, fulfilling
finale
love
is gonna be a 45-minute
needs
finale.
in
We're gonna get at least
everything.
one more winner. Jess
For
gonna
my
smash an
life,
egg on my
my
head.
kin,
I have,
my community's plea.
World's most sour candy.
In helping
arrived
them,
yesterday.
I found what's
Apparently,
in
this is
me.
more sour than warheads.
Here we go. I am.
Toxic waste. This is apparently like way, way worse.
Okay, cool.
So we might try that on stream as well at the end. Oh,
Hi.
You guys, have you guys
Ooh,
seen that?
First one
It
up.
became
Okay.
viral for how
We have the
ridiculous
Eight of Swords.
that stuff is. Went completely viral.
Ooh, I
Apparently, it's just like
understand
impossibly
Eight of
sour.
Swords.
Search the
Cam's favorite
mirror,
thing to
found
sip
no
on.
light.
Eight of Swords. Okay,
So
I'm gonna
Saw
write down
the
my two.
storms
Unlike
pass
any
through
jizzy
my
drink.
eyes.
No, what guys? Get
Told
that butts out
myself
of your
I'd
freaking
be
balls.
alright.
the
Shadows fade into
Guys,
the
how
light.
Gotta write mine
disturbed.
down.
Walking
How-
past
how-
where
Everybody, if you want to
dreams
put yourself
reside.
in the chat,
How
get ready to just
Heart
press
and
enter
soul
here.
now
in my head.
intertwined.
How is this the stuff that I
Purpose
think of?
clear, no need to hide.
Hey Cam, wanna hear a joke?
Feel the calm
Sometimes I
now
worry
deep
about you guys, man.
inside.
Sometimes I
One
worry
with
about you.
myself. Feel the truth
Guys,
rise.
what was this one?
Hold the moment. See the sunrise. One with myself.
Stevie Wonder.
Never
Stevie Wonder.
broken.
What do you
Chase the
got,
purpose. Words unspoken. Felt the fear, but now it's
Sorry, my
gone.
song.
Standing
Okay,
strong,
here we go.
untouched by
Alright,
wrong.
anybody wants to share?
In this place where I belong, echoes
Sorry.
feel sound
Eight of
like a
Swords.
song. One with myself,
Count down here.
feel the
5,
truth rise. Hold the moment, see the sunrise. One with myself, never broken. Chase the purpose, words unspoken.
Mine's a little bit longer.
Now I know
I am not my
what makes me
insecurities.
whole.
Ooh.
Pieces mended
I feel like
in
this
my
is
soul.
where I'm sitting
True to me, it's all I need.
Yes! We're on a clean
Oh my
For your
goodness.
heart,
Um,
I feel
I'm
the
not
pain.
weak. Ooh,
You
that's
guys
awesome.
are gonna get to see Jen
Awesome.
today. She's gonna come back. She's gonna be streaming some stuff for us.
Trust in the
We're
unknown.
launching
Very
it.
good.
Good luck, homies. Into the Star Wars, man. If anyone beats this one, you'll be our second winner today. You get $40 and
Those two.
it'll
Breaking
become
free.
very
Not letting fear control me.
Godspeed. Yeah, Cam's Crusty
Oh,
Socks
so there we go.
gifted a
Sorry.
very bad sub
Thanks,
gift.
voice on that.
I
Okay.
scanned them, trying to figure out who it was, and then twice activated. The sub gift was that bad. Like,
Awesome.
it was not a normal
Okay,
thing.
here we go. Next one. Ready? Next one.
And I still don't know the identity.
Ooh,
of that
yes.
individual. They got
I was like, I hope this one's
big time. It was a bad. It was a bad one. They probably meant to do it honestly, but it was way past the line.
In the
10
stillness
seconds,
of the
10,
night,
none,
so deep and true.
6, 5,
Every
4.
breath and every view, I feel the love that's just for
Good
you.
luck, my friends.
Ooh. And with the flip of a beat, I confess these words to you. I must
But how does
express.
Twitch allow those usernames?
You
Jacob,
will
that's
always
But I think they got banned because they used
Dreams to fly. I see the moments open up while I'm still alive. I drive the beast deep inside. Lies we tell ourselves. So comes the morning, so comes the day, so comes the night, so comes the grave.
All right, looks like I got another person here. Give me a second. Oh, hi. I guess it's my Witchy Beth. Hi, Witchy Beth.
random dude on exploding.
How are we doing today? My lovely lady is in chat.
You'd rather be the Sith, so you
I'm
know
gonna
it
give her a
gets
reading.
exploded.
Gonna cleanse
So you
these
do the
cards off.
exploding, You don't get your planet.
And even for her, I don't hold back for her either. She thinks she gets it easy. Haha, sometimes she gets it harder.
I don't know, man. I don't want to be a bad guy. I want to be a freaking Jedi Knight that like tries to save the world and stuff.
I can't help it.
True, Blake isn't here anymore.
I have to be extra
Was
tough
it
on you because
Blake?
you need it. Throw me your numbers and your question,
Wait, guys,
young
was
lady.
Blake even in here today? Was that Blake's account? Oh my god. Oh my god. I bet you that was freaking Blake. Oh, 0.
Start cleansing these off really. Okay, guys, you gotta really get
Probably
this one.
platforms. I made this
kick
map
time.
slightly easier. I left this
You're too about
entirely
kick
open.
time.
So there's no wall that
Hey
blocks
Cam,
anymore.
you're my hero.
It is completely open. Completely open. A little bit easier. A little bit easier.
It's a slow Friday.
Commander, does that account still exist? Guys, is no one getting in? Get in there. Are you serious? Homies. Are we? Are we not even gonna get in this final part? What?
All right. Let's see what they have to
Homies,
tell
that's
you.
Insane.
1,
Normally we get like 3 or 4 marbles.
2,
going down here. Exclamation
3,
point play.
and
Rally the
17.
troops.
1, 2,
Architect,
3,
thank you for
4,
15
5,
months,
6, 7,
15
8,
months.
9,
Thanks for the
10,
resub.
11,
Thank you, dude.
12, 13,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
15, 16, and 17.
How you doing?
Will your family reunion happen next year?
Oh. Guys, this was funny. Wizard McClizzard scared me. He's freaking playing music. Guys, Wizard was literally not there.
All right, Beth. Here's what I have to tell you today. I feel like what I have to tell you is that with your family reunion, I do believe that there is a positive glow around it. I do believe that some things will come together, although I do feel that it will be this kind of the last time you guys will get together if you do it. I know you kind of already know that already, but it's going to be important that you embrace the joy of it all and really embrace that this is the memories you want to keep of them the remainder of their days, because these are the moments where I want to remember you just like this, because you know that it's coming more sooner than not, that more death is on its way sometime down the road. But as you have been working on and knowing lately, to let go of this guilt of the past
Just shut him in.
and to let go of that future
Hi,
guilt.
how you doing?
So no matter who comes
Did he get
or
IP
doesn't
banned?
come, don't feel guilty that they couldn't.
Guys,
That you didn't
is
feel
it
like they
Ryan?
were important
Dude,
enough
guys,
to you, or
the
you
way we
were
can tell who
important enough
Camp's
to
crusty
them.
socks are is
It's
we'll
just
figure out who
about
got IP banned.
sometimes life
I mean,
bound.
someone may have gotten
and you know
IP
that.
banned.
But it's time to let go of the guilt for the
I don't
last
know, guys.
time.
I don't think-
Anything and
I
everything
see Ryan's
you need
account,
to
he's
let
still
go
there.
at this
Guys, what's
family
Blake's account?
reunion should
Blake's
be
channel's
done,
still good, so I don't know who that was.
so that
know
you
who that
can
was.
start to
I don't know, man.
embrace a better
I do not
future.
know.
Communication
That
will
account
be
just
the
got
key
banned from
in
Twitch.
learning how to make
Moral of
this
the story,
happen.
homies.
So as long as you
Troll
stay
sub
communicative with
are
everybody,
hilarious,
make
but
sure
just
everyone's on
don't
the same page,
target
everyone knows
anyone
when it's
specifically.
gonna be, how it's gonna
Don't
happen, when
target-
we're gonna do it,
Don't target any
including this
specific-
guy over
specific
here.
names and stuff.
So if we need to
Make sure
plan
that-
for anything too, we can
Make sure
make
that's
it
good. Wait,
easier.
guys,
So if
is
we can,
Mickle in here?
make
Mickle,
it
you're in here, right?
easier for us as well.
Yeah, Mickle's still
But
here,
you
so I
know
think
better
everyone's
than
still
anyone
there.
that the reason you're going through all of this right now is so
You
that
gonna
you
pay
can
out the
stop
poll?
looking
Yeah, yeah.
in the
New poll
darkness
is officially
and stop
going
looking
up.
in the dream
dose,
time
dose,
that
baby,
you know is
next
coming
week.
up, but so is that darkness and that mystery. But now it is your turn to stop
Thanks for
being
the
in the
sub
dark
gift,
and be
too.
the light in the
Beautiful.
darkness. So as long as you can
How are these-
see
how are
this
these
as
real
a
accounts?
positive way and you keep being on it
A new
and
channel point
keep
prediction
up
is
on
live.
top of it, it should
Gamble
happen.
responsibly.
But you have to choose which way you're going to see it, because you will have to look at it
Okay,
in
Mickle's still here,
a new,
thank God.
different way
Thank God. Guys,
So
we might
that's
never know who that
basically
is. We
what
might,
you
we
get.
might never know.
for your reading. So,
Homies,
yes,
prediction
I
is
believe it
live.
will
Get those
happen.
big thumbs.
You'll see the glow card means that you will feel that bright, beautiful sunshine and light.
Let's
You
do
will
it.
have to let go of some stuff.
Number
When
one
and if it
NFL,
does
number
happen,
two NBA,
you stay
number three
communicative with it. It
MLB.
will happen.
I've won
But
two.
it is going to be that not everyone's going to be able to come either.
What the mic unmuted? Maybe it was Mimi Nelson.
You told me to tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth.
Vander, if you actually know, can you
Hi,
message,
Jeffrey
please?
the
Can you-
Seer.
please?
I don't know if your older brother will
I'm going on a
come.
cleanse this
That's
week,
about the
nothing but
one
kale
person I
juice
don't
and all
see
the
coming,
dudes I've
or
effed.
Megan maybe because
Okay,
she's
guys,
just
that
not
is Cards
available.
Against Humanity, and there are some really weird topics, but
But
we
like
will
I
be
said,
doing this today as well. We're going to be
you
doing some
asked
of these.
me, I'm
and
telling you
no
what
matter
I'm
how
seeing.
bad the cards are,
That
I'm
Brad for
giving
sure
you guys
probably
my
won't come.
commitment.
Megan's a
We will
possible.
read them.
depending.
No matter how bad, I'm reading them off.
Megan wasn't invited.
That is my commitment to y'all.
It's just us four kids.
Oh,
Last one.
well,
NFL.
I don't.
Now with the Colts, Matt gave us
She
the
was a
kicker
part
for
of your
this
family,
NFC
so I include her in your
2020.
family. So she might come if you want her to.
Yeah,
It
Johnny,
could be the
even
last
political
time you
ones,
see
I'm
her.
reading off everything. Every single one of them. We reading all this stuff. Guys, I got a
She'll make it out
bathroom
of
scene
India
real quick.
alive. Jeez.
If you guys want to get in, all you do is just exclamation point play. Hop on in, homies.
So worried about. Don't worry, you got it. You'll write it down. Hi, Jeffrey. How you doing today? Sorry, I was doing a reading for my lovely lady Beth Bennett, my wifey. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that helped you. Some way, shape, or form, blah, blah, blah. Can't be easy on her because if I am, she won't get the messages she wants me to get. Oh. This is feeling, I mean, it just doesn't feel like anyone is here today. Oh. Oh, is Gaming here? Hi, Gaming. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi, Annie. How are you doing, sweetie? How's it been? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. How are you doing?
All right.
Let me turn this stuff down here so I can actually pay attention. Oh, I'm doing a lot better, honestly. I've almost returned back to almost 100%. Like I said, I have a very, very slight little slur left and some energy stuff. But other than that, I'm doing good. You know, I've cut salt out of my diet. I've actually tried cutting everything that I normally put in my seasonings and stuff in half if it involves salt in any way. Because there is a little bit of sea salt you have to add to some things, you know. So, but I am trying to greatly reduce that. I am also drinking a lot less coffee. I'm going to keep quitting smoking. I'm going for it. I'm going to try to return to a more healthier lifestyle. If I don't, cometh the consequences of my actions. So, thank you for coming in and stopping by. You know how much I love you and your community. You guys are always the most welcoming people. You and Disc are always the best guys. You're always giving me positive. I always come in for my giggle and laugh when I see you on. And just come watch you play some games and kick some monsters' butt. Are you defeating any monsters today? Oh no, you said you're at work. So I hope work is going well. Oh. Yeah, I'm doing way, way, way better now, so. Good. Are you having something yummy today? Or are you going to go out for lunch? Did you bring lunch? What'd you bring for lunch? Do you want any more coffee?
Yeah, please.
Anyone else out there need some coffee? There you go. Here's some coffee for you.
I love you so much right now.
And you know how much I love you.
You give me coffee.
I give you coffee. I give you life.
Coffee is life.
All right. That sounds so good. I love me a nice little portobello mushroom. Oh, bell peppers, top. Oh, God, that sounds so yummy. Oh.
Oh my God.
You're making me drool.
Man, that ain't right.
My wife said that ain't right. She wants what you are having. So we have spaghetti left over. Spaghetti, if there's anything left in there. Other than that, we'll find something to eat today. There's a lot of things in there. I want to take out those pork chops, maybe, for at least tomorrow or something.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be taking out some pork chops and maybe some asparagus and.
We have more asparagus.
We have asparagus stock, so we'd have the flavoring, like, cook it on top of the asparagus, so to get the flavor of the asparagus into the that, or mostly it's used, or I could make a stew, a vegetable stew of sorts too, using the extra stuff. I just kept it in there because I was going to feed it to the critters more than anything, and I just hadn't done it yet. So we do have like part of the stalks. We'd have to finally chop them in order to enjoy them. But I was thinking of doing the roll of asparagus on the bottom of the pan and letting the pork drippings soak into them so it can release the asparagus flavors, and then maybe some of the
open portal just calling me. Lies